when we're using the protractor to construct angles, we need to look at what a protractor actually looks like. So on your page at the moment is a protractor, but you guys should have been able to maybe find one in your bag, hopefully. If you haven't got one of your own, then maybe your teacher lets you use hers in class. Maybe they've got a whole lot of extra ones that they let you use in class if you don't have one of your own. But there is one on the screen at the moment for you to have a look at. So when we look at the protractor, there's a few different things that we need to note on this protractor. So let's go pick up our highlighter very quickly. Actually, let's pick up our magic pen. All right, so on this protractor, things that we can note in the meantime are the following. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to note is this point over here. And that point over there is what's known as the origin. Okay, the origin. So the origin is the point in the center of that protractor, all right? And that is the point that we are going to place on the vertex of our angle. So if you remember when we did our angles and when we did the section in the beginning, we did some notes, okay? I'm going to just do a quick note here for you, all right? So here is an angle. This would be a vertex over here, all right? A vertex is where the angle originates from, okay? Or you could say it's where two lines come together to form an angle. So where an angle originates from, or where two lines come together to form an angle. All right, so that is what we call a vertex. Either you can say it's where an angle originates from, or where it's where two lines come together to form an angle. Okay, so this point, the origin, all right, the origin, that point is where we would place on the vertex of our angle. All right, okay. The next point that we need to look at is what we call our baseline. Okay, the baseline. And the baseline is this line going all the way over there. Now, the baseline is also quite important because if the origin is going to go on the vertex, then you should be saying to me, well, Teacher Chrissy, where on the vertex? Because the vertex is quite a weird place. I mean, it's a little circle. It could go on the outside. It could go on the inside. Where on the vertex? Okay. So when we're looking at placing our protractor on an angle, we're going to place that baseline on the one arm of our angle, and we're going to place the origin onto the vertex. Okay. Right. We're going to have a look at doing that together a little bit later on with my actual compass, my actual protractor, when we're looking at some more angles a little bit later. Okay. Right. I'm hoping you've either taken a screenshot of my notes that I've got here so far. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go and have a look here at the following. I'm going to look here at the degree marks. So all the way along the edge of this protractor, we have these little markings. Okay, these little markings. And I always get so anxious when I see students sitting with like a pair of scissors and their protractor. I don't know if you've seen people do that before, some of your classmates maybe, and they're sitting with their scissors and they're busy taking off all the markings on their protractor. Oh, I've seen students doing that before, and oh, I just want to cringe because they're taking away all the markings that they're going to use to measure out what their angles are. All right, they're taking away all of the markings. Guys, that's not clever. Those are the degree marks. That's like taking your ruler and scraping off all the centimeters or all the meters, all the millimeters on it. All right, you don't want to be doing that because you're not going to be able to measure anything. So you got to be careful. All right, you got to be careful with your instruments. Okay, if you're taking your scissors and you're scratching everything off, you're not going to be able to see anything at the end. Okay, so these little markings all the way around the sides, it's kind of like how on your ruler you've got your centimeters and your millimeters. These things around the edge are your degree marks. Okay. On the inside of your protractor, we say that our markings go in what we call a anti-clockwise degree scale. Okay, so they go anti-clockwise. All right, so if you think about a clock and how a clock goes, all right, so here's my little clock here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the rest of it, 12, okay? This is the way that a clock goes that way. So on the inside of the protractor, okay, on the inside of the protractor, I have my anti-clockwise numbers. So here they are. They're going anti-clockwise. Right? And on the outside of those numbers, I've got my numbers that are going clockwise. So they're going from 0 all the way to 180. Okay. So that is what my protractor looks like. I'm going to move this page down a little bit so you can answer these questions in the meantime. I see that I've got somebody's hand raised. Okay, so I'm going to come back to you. You guys are going to go and answer those questions for me. Let's see who's got a question for me. Right. Kimo. Kimo, do you have a question for me?
Yes, ma'am.
What's up?
Ma'am, how do you measure an angle that is bigger than 180 degrees?
That is a very, very good question, Kimo. And we've got one a little bit later on. I've got one that we're going to practice measuring. Okay, promise.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good question. All right, guys, so we're going to fill in the words to complete the steps for drawing an angle using a protractor first. So how do we draw an angle? So first of all, step 1, we're going to choose a point on a line and we're going to make a small mark. Okay, so if we had to do that, let's go and draw a line. So I'm going to draw a line and it says to me, step 1, it said, choose a point on the line and make a small mark. So let's go choose my point on the line and let's make a small mark. Done. All right. Step 2, place the watts of the protractor on the mark with its baseline something on the line. So place the watts, place the origin of the protractor on the mark with its baseline on the line. Okay, with its baseline on the line. All right, so place the origin of the protractor on the mark with its baseline on the mark. All right, so let's go do that. So I'm going to go grab my protractor. There he is. Okay, I'm taking my protractor. I'm placing my origin on the mark and I'm placing my baseline on the line. Okay. All right, hopefully you're all with me. Hopefully you're following along. Hopefully you're drawing along with me. Okay, next step says, make a mark at the correct, well, if I'm drawing an angle, I need to make a mark at the correct degree mark. Degree mark. And then we're going to use a pencil, guys, always a pencil to, use a pencil and ruler, they forgot to say and ruler, to join the two marks that you have made. So use a pencil and a ruler to join the two marks that you have made. Okay, so let's go have a look. So let's say to ourselves, we want to make an angle that is, let's say, 60 degrees. Okay, so I'm going from 0, so where my little arrow is here, all the way to 60. Now on the outside, I've got there 180, 170, 160, 150. That's not going to help me. So I'm looking at these numbers that are on the inside here. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I'm going to go draw my point over there, hey? So there is my point. Okay. A bit bigger so we can see them nicely. All right. Now I need to move them away. I need to grab my ruler. And I need to join these 2 points. There's my ruler, there's my 1 point. Here's my other point. I'm taking my pencil and I'm joining those 2 points. And I'm going to tell the person who's marking my paper, this angle is 60 degrees. All right, I'm just going to make mine look a little bit neater. It's a bit messy there. All right. Okay, I'm going back to this page in case anyone wants to take a screenshot of how we did that. And I'm going to drag this page down a little bit for you because we're going to go and measure some angles now. I see that Asonge, you have a question. Asonge, what's your question?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Asonge, what's up? Hi, Asonge, your sound's a little bit bad.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask. So,
yeah.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask if the teacher says make a 120-degree angle, how would we do that?
Okay, let's go have a look quickly. You ready? Let's go back there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, make a 120-degree angle. Let's go have a look. So, all right, so we're going to draw a line here. Happy?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to draw a point on the line, same as we did before. Okay, and we're going to bring our protractor and we're going to put him on the line. Okay, now here's my arrow. I'm going to go on the inside angle. You see the inside ones?
Yes,
so I'm
ma'am.
going to go from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, blah, 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 blah. There's 120 over there, hey? So I'm going to push him to the outside and he comes out. Oh dear. He comes out over there.
There.
Can you see him?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So, ma'am,
Now,
when it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
ma'am, when it's a smaller number, we use the one that's on the outer side, the first numbers. But when it's a bigger number, it's the one in the inside.
You can use either one. Honestly, you can use either one. Depends on which side you want to go. I like using the inside numbers all the time, but you can use the outside numbers as well. It really depends on the
Okay,
student.
ma'am.
Okay. Now we're going to join those up. Oh dear. Okay, so we're going to join those points up. All right. And we know which is going, this is going to be 120
20 degrees.
Beautiful, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you,
same
ma'am.
thing. You're welcome, no problem. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next question. Okay, so our next questions, now we need to go measure some angles. So let's go do some measuring. Okay, so I'm going to take my protractor. All right, and I need to do what? I need to make sure we can see the whole page first. That will be a good idea. Okay, I need to take my protractor and I need to make sure he's small enough that he can actually fit on this whole angle first. So let's make him a little bit smaller. All right, now let's zoom into our page. Okay, so I take my angle and I put him on the vertex. And now I need to make sure that this baseline is in line with the angle. So there we go. Right. I get to cheat a little bit because I've got a special little tool here with mine. But what you could do is you could use your ruler to do the exact same thing. So you could use your ruler, all right, and you could measure to see where your angle stops. So for me, I'm going to use this little tool here. And this little tool here tells me that this angle is 88 degrees. So again, it's going from 0. So let's see. It's going from 0. It's going on the inside, guys. It's going on the inside. Can you see it? From 0 on the inside all the way up to 88 degrees. So this angle is, let's see. This angle is 88 degrees. Sometimes what I say to students as well is be careful, use your logic. You know that that angle is less than 90 degrees, okay? So you can see, right, that this angle is less than 90 degrees. So if you know that this angle is less than 90 degrees and you're getting a weird answer, or if you think it's about 90 degrees, then you know that you've made a mistake maybe if you're getting like 120 degrees. Okay, go back and remeasure your angle. All right, my next angle, I go and I put my compass, my protractor on the vertex. Uh-oh, I got a problem. Okay, I got a problem because what happens? I need to line up my baseline with the line of my angle. So there we go. Okay, now you guys can go and you can take your ruler to do this. I'm going to use my little green line. My little green line tells me that this angle is 52 degrees. So 52 degrees. Okay, guys. So the one that you are all asking me about, which is the one I want to get to. If we have time, we'll come back to those. Okay, the one that you're all asking me about isn't actually here. So I'm going to go and draw one that you're all asking me about. You keep asking me about, ma'am, what if it's an angle that's more than 180 degrees? Then what do we do? What do we do if they ask us to draw an angle that somebody asked me just now, 260 degrees? Okay, so somebody said to me just now, ma'am, how do we draw an angle that's 260 degrees? Somebody said to me. Okay. So if they say to you, which they shouldn't during grade 7, but you never know, maybe they want to challenge you. So let's say they say, draw an angle of 260 degrees. All right, so a challenge. Well, you know that a protractor only measures up to 180 degrees. So you would have to go and say 260 minus 180 gives me 80 degrees. So that's the first thing you would need to say. You would need to say 260 minus 180 gives me 80 degrees. So this is one way to do it, guys. This is one way to do it, okay? All right. Then you would take your line. Okay, you would draw a line. All right. You would take your protractor. Go fetch mine from on top of the page quickly. Oh dear. Let's bring him down to the bottom. Okay. Let's make him a little bit bigger. All right. So we already know that that's 180 degrees. Okay. We need another 80 degrees. So that means that's 180 degrees. And we're going to go from 0 all the way to, oh dear, 80 degrees. All right. Forgot to draw my point a little bit earlier on. My point in there quickly. Make sure that this point is there. Okay. All right, so this is one way to do it. I will show you a different way to do it. Okay. Then you're going to take your ruler. You're going to join up these points. Okay. Then you're going to take your eraser and you're going to erase this little bit here. And then you're going to tell your marker that this angle here is 260 degrees. So that's one way to do it. Okay, that's one way to do it. All right. The second way you can do it is like this. Who can tell us in the chat, how many degrees are there in a circle? How many degrees are there in a circle? So how many degrees do you take to make a circle? How many degrees to make a circle? Oh, I see somebody's Karabo. Karabo, you tell me, how many degrees in a circle?
Ma'am, they are close to 180.
Close to 180. Okay, okay, close. All right, cool. Thank you for thank you for answering. Mulalo, how many in a circle?
360 degrees.
Nice, well done. So, Karabo, don't let them trick you. Okay, 360, 360. All right. So in a circle, there's 360 degrees. Okay, so in a full circle, like this, there's 360 degrees. So if you want only 260 degrees, okay, so if you want only 260 degrees, what do you need to take away? you need to minus 100 degrees, hey? All right, so if you need to get rid of some degrees, you need to minus 100 degrees. So you can go, you can draw a line, all right? We're going to go and fetch our protractor, and we're going to flick him over like this. We're going to use the edge of our line this time, and we're going to measure from 0, so on the inside, all the way to 100, which is over there. Move our protractor out the way. Okay. We're going to join that point to the middle point, and we're going to tell them that on the outside, the inside will be 100, but on the outside will be 260 degrees. Done. Right, that is a little bit trickier, I know, but it requires a little bit of maths to do that. A little bit of maths. Okay, guys, if there's some questions at the end, I will come back and answer some questions. I just want to go through how to use the compass very quickly, and then we'll come back to some questions at the end. Okay, promise, promise. All right. I hope you've got a screenshot of that. I hope you were able to go through that with us. Okay. So 2 different methods on how to measure that 260 degrees. All right, let's go have a look at our compass. So making circles now. All right, so this guy must be quite familiar to you now. Okay, using the compass. Okay. All right, we're going to fill this in. So when we're using the compass, we've got some items to fill in here on our drawing. All right, so we've got some items to fill in here on our drawing. So first of all, this point, yes, Mulalo, again, because some people maybe didn't get it down. So yes, we're going to go through it again. So let's go. Who's answering the first one for me? The something of circle. The point stays something while you rotate the arm that holds the point. Lungawa, what is it? Hi, something of the circle.
Wait, ma'am.
The first one, something of circle. This point stays something while you rotate the arm that holds the pencil.
It stays in the middle.
Good. So the center, hey?
Yes, ma'am.
Center of circle, the point stays still, hey?
Oh.
While you rotate the arm that holds the pencil. Thank you. Right. Umar.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, let's go, Umar. Let's do this next one here. Something of circle. Change this by using the ruler and moving the arms of the compass to the correct something. So what is that one?
Miss, ma'am, it's the moving part.
What is it? Can you remember? Where's our notes?
I have a screenshot. I'm just gonna open it. I can't find the screenshot.
You can't find it. Okay, so this one is the radius of the circle. Change this by using the ruler and moving the arms of the compass to the correct length, okay?
Yes.
Or we could also say the distance. Thank you. Thanks, Amar. All right. Mulalo, you ready for me? You got your notes ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mulalo. Let's go. Okay, we're going to look at this point over here. So, something. Okay, something.
Which
Turn
one,
the
ma'am?
compass by, so this one here, this pink one. This pink one, this pink one. Now, hold on. This box here.
Ma'am, it's the hinge.
The hinge. Well done. The hinge. Turn the compass by something this between
Holding.
your thumb and finger. Holding. Well done. Thanks. You've got all your notes up. Well done. Well done. Thanks, Mulalo. All right. Tatenda. Tatenda, we're going to do the last point together.
Yes, ma'am.
Tatenda, let's go. The last block together. Let's go. So this one over here. All right, Tatenda, what's that last block? Something. Fix your pencil here with the sharpened point in line with the something of the needle when you close the arm. So what is this?
Ma'am, clamp.
The clamp, you can call it the clamp, good. So it's the clamp. Some people also call it a screw. Fix your pencil here with a sharpened point of in line with the something
Tip.
of the needle. The tip
With
of
the
the
tip.
needle. Well done. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. If you do not have these notes, take a screenshot. Some people are saying they can't find their notes. Take a screenshot now so that you've got it. Take a screenshot. Okay. All right. So what I want to do is I want to do a quick revision with you. So kind of like a brain break, kind of, but more like a revision. Okay. So I am going to, I'm trying to think if we should share my screen or stop sharing my screen. I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to ask you questions. All right, because it is a revision lesson. So let's go. Okay, so you can raise your hand to answer questions. All right, let's have a look. So, all right, grade 7s. I am looking for hands. People have their hands up already. I haven't even asked the question yet, Mr. Hugo. All right, guys, I'm looking for what is the tool called in constructions when I want to when I want to draw a circle. Hands up. When I want to draw a circle, what's it called? Junior, what do I call the tool that I use to draw a circle? Junior, you unmuted. What's it called?
Compass.
Well done, Junior. It is a compass. Well done. Okay, everyone's hands down. All right. Let's think. Oh, I'm going to throw one out to you, a strange one that you might not have heard before. Okay. True or false? True or false? Okay, true or false? A set square, and I showed you guys a set square on Monday. It was that weird thing that I put. It was like a right angle. A set square can be used to draw circles. All right, a set square can be used to draw angles. All right, Zwande.
False.
False, well done. I can only use a compass to draw circles. Well done. All right, yo, you guys are too quick. Okay, true or false? True or false? Okay, when I draw, okay, parallel lines, when I construct parallel lines, I have to use a protractor. To draw parallel lines, I have to use a protractor. Mulalo.
Ma'am, that's false.
False. What do I use, Mulalo, to draw parallel lines?
Ma'am, you use a ruler.
Well done. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. What is the primary tool? So what is the only or the tool that I need the most to construct angles in geometry? What's the tool that I need the most to construct angles in geometry? Christina.
A protractor.
A protractor. Well done. And then Christina, what's the next tool that I need after the protractor?
A ruler.
A ruler. Well done. And should you use a pen, Christina?
No, you always use a pencil.
Thank you. Oh, I've taught you guys so well. Well done, Christina.